Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dragon Age Origins playthrough. Today we're going to be taking on the mission of going into the Kankari Wilds. This is where I think the series is really going to start picking up because it's going to be more action oriented. We're going to have more things to do, stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get started.
Good. I'll assume you're ready to begin preparations. Assuming, of course, that you're quite finished riling up mages, Alistair.
What can I say? The revered mother ambushed me. The way she wields guilt, they should...
I'm super excited for
She
going
forced
forward
you
to
to
this.
assassinate the mage, did she? We cannot afford to antagonize anyone, Alistair. We don't need to give anyone more ammunition against us.
You're right, Duncan. I apologize.
Now then, since you're all here, we can begin. You four will be heading into the Kankari Wilds to perform two tasks. The first is to obtain 3 vials of Darkspawn blood, one for each recruit. There was once a Grey Warden archive in the wilds, abandoned long ago when we could no longer afford to maintain such remote outposts. It has recently come to our attention that some scrolls have been left behind, magically sealed to protect them. Alistair, I want you to retrieve these scrolls if you can. The scrolls contain treaties promising support. Treaties that may prove valuable in the days to come. Watch over your charges, Alistair. Return quickly and safely.
We will.
Then may the Maker watch over your path. I will see you when you return.
Alrighty. So we do have a level up. We're gonna go ahead and do that now. Again, we're gonna go ahead and put some into cunning and dexterity, and then one more into strength, because we are, again, wanting to get that strength up, just to get, eventually we're wanting, I think it, where was it? Oh, I think it's on the other. And again, we're gonna go with the dual weapon sweep. That is one of my favorite, abilities in the game, so we're gonna go ahead and go out of the Kankari.
Hail. I'm told you all have business in the wilds. The gate's open for you. Just be careful out there. Even a Grey Warden won't be safe in the forest tonight.
Absolutely, thank you. Alrighty, like I was saying, this is when the video or the series is really gonna start picking up, because this is when it really does just begin to go from kind of just being a dialogue simulator to action oriented. Pick up this, get a couple Lyrium potions, and wolf pelt. The wolf pelts can be sold for, a little bit of silver. But also you could keep one for a later mission. That is just for the elves, I believe, side quest. So you can actually do a lot of early side questing here. Like I was saying, I don't know if I'll play every side quest on camera. If you guys do want to see the side quests, let me know, and I will make a video, or I will put them in the videos. Some of the side quests are just going to be, like, already on the way. Because I don't want these videos to be hours long, and that would eventually be what would happen.
Who is that? Grey Wardens?
Well, he's not half as dead as he looks, is he?
My scouting band was attacked by Darkspawn. They came out of the ground. Please help me. I've got to return to camp.
I have bandages in my pack.
Thank you. I've got to get out of here.
Did you hear? An entire patrol of seasoned men killed by Darkspawn.
Calm down, Sir Jory. We'll be fine if we're careful.
Those soldiers were careful, and they were still overwhelmed. How many Darkspawn can the four of us slay? A dozen? 100? There's an entire army in these forests.
There are Darkspawn about, but we're in no danger of walking into the bulk of the Horde.
How do you know? I'm not a coward, but this is foolish and reckless. We should go back. That's true.
Know this. All Grey Wardens can sense Darkspawn. Whatever their cunning, I guarantee they won't take us by surprise. That's why I'm here.
You see, Sir Knight, we might die, but we'll be warned about it first.
That is reassuring.
That doesn't mean I'm here to make this easy.
The comedy in these games
So let's
is
get a move on.
fantastic. Yeah, so a lot of the side quests are going to be within the level of itself, but again, I try not to.
I shall do it. That flower, white with a red center. The kennel master at Ostagar was asking about those. It probably is. You want to be careful picking flowers around the wilds, mind you. They're as like to spit poison your face as not. The kennel master said this flower can help dogs that get sick from biting Darkspawn. At any rate, he was offering a reward if someone went into the wilds and brought him one. Might want to think about it is all.
This guy. Oh, he's already dead. So that works out for us. If you play it right, this is one of the very early parts of the game where you can actually get some really good items and not have to use a whole bunch of them. Like you can get really good health poultices off of a few of the Darkspawn corpses. Plus, there are some really, really good
I shall do it.
in-game early items for early gameplay. So I definitely recommend doing a little bit of exploring. I will show you somewhat of the stuff I'm talking about throughout the videos. Let's see, Darkspawn here. This guy first. Herlocks can be like the #1 problem if you don't take care of them correctly. Just because they do quite a bit of damage. Go ahead and get behind this guy.
Shall be done.
Oh, nothing like a brush with death to make you not like death much.
And then this way. If I remember correctly. Yep, there it is. Like I said, this is going to be where the videos start to pick up a little bit because you finally get into the game. If you guys haven't played the games before, I highly recommend playing them. I love playing Dragon Age Origins, even to this day. Like, I mean, granted, the graphics don't look, you know, as well as some of the newer games out right now, but still, this game looks fantastic, in my personal opinion. It looks so well for an older title. And it's just one of those titles that I speak so highly about because it's honestly what I would call a true RPG. This is just one of those very few games that give you the true RPG feeling. Especially if you're fans of D&D. This gives off such huge D&D vibes that it's just one of those games I can't recommend to people. Do I have? I don't have an injury kit. That sucks. Ooh, but I might be able to make one. How do I use them? I don't have a radiant. Okay. So I can't make it yet. Again, you just want to be collecting as much of this stuff as possible. And then you can come up here and get a really good early game greatsword. And it is just such a really good early game item for warriors. Not really for Alistair, because Alistair is a shield. Speaking of that, so apparently the game play that you saw last time, it did not save, so I actually have to do everything that I meant to do earlier. So we're gonna go ahead and give him that. Oopsie. We're gonna go ahead and give him. Actually, do I have studded helm? I do. I'm ready to give him one. And then bam. Okay. Sorry about that. Like I was saying, apparently it didn't save last night, which sucks, but you know, it gives me a chance to kind of continue on. While I was off screen, I did get back to this point of the game where I could just go ahead and continue the gameplay. So I'm actually gonna use that.
As you say.
That way I don't have no longer. I recommend trying to heal your injuries as quickly as possible because they can become overwhelming. Some of them cause your stamina to not regen. Some of them keep your health. They can become overwhelming. Like, never do they become a point of like, oh, well, I can't play anymore. Which is why I recommend saving often. That way, if they ever do get to a point of no return, just to make sure Alistair stays alive.
Quickly, we must fight.
We won?
I shall do
We
it.
did? Yay!
It is begun.
And
As you say.
I really do think this game is fantastic. Of course, mention of Rigby's Testament.
It shall be done.
And then, of course, so there is secret, or at the very least, I would call them secret boss fights throughout the game that you don't necessarily have to do, but it is so fun to do them. So I always highly recommend doing the exploration is what really kind of puts it above You know, a lot of those games out there that a lot of people will tell you, oh, this is overhyped or this or that. Well, I think this game, a lot of people would say, oh, well, this is an overhyped game. I don't think so. I think this lives up to the name of what you're playing, RPG-wise. Like, I love Skyrim. Skyrim is one of my favorite games. But if I were to pick an overhyped RPG, I hate to say it, Skyrim is one of those overhyped RPGs that I would pick. Now, that's not saying that, to the credit of Skyrim, that it is a bad game, because it is not. Skyrim, I believe, is one of the greatest games to have ever been created. And I feel without it, RPG games would have probably died out a little bit. While I won't credit it to be the reason RPG games are still around, I will say again that it is one of the reasons we still play RPG games. This is one of the few RPG games that I played early on in my gaming history, and I just feel so in tune. Oh boy, we're heavily about. Yep, that's a party mode. But luckily the game saved. So first death of the series. There we go. We did autosave right here. First death of the series, let's go. There's probably going to be a couple of more throughout, because Dragon Age Origins, while it being super fun, if you're not paying attention, it can become quite difficult. Like, already my character's almost dead. I'm going to drink a potion real quick, give Alistair a potion, just making sure everyone stays alive. We'll go ahead. Oh yeah, I forgot. Go ahead and heal now. Okay, that was weird.
It shall be done.
Luckily we still have my player character alive, and he's one of, like so long as you have one of the main party members alive in the Kakari Wilds, you're almost guaranteed. Alistair is usually the one you sort of want to be the one that's left alive, because he is the one that can take the hits. This real quick. Bring down a regular health poultice, put this back in the inventory. And bam, just like that. Everyone will be back up.
It is begun.
That was most painful. I will need bandaging. I am ready.
Not you.
Indeed.
I will say, playing this on PC, though, is so different than playing it on the Xbox console. Real quick, we are going to go ahead and make some lesser poultices just to make sure everyone back alive. I will say it's great that you can hear, hear the rogues before you get attacked. I think it is so cool storytelling without actually giving them, like, quote-unquote story. It's so good. I'll probably be giving this game praise throughout the series. It's just the way that I am about this game. Like, I will give this game as much praise as I possibly can.
I shall do it.
So we are almost finished with the Kinkari Wilds for the most part. Like I was saying earlier, this one's probably going to be a longer video, but hopefully you guys like the longer videos, because again, this is also like where the game is going to start picking up. As you can see clearly, we have been a little more action. So earlier I was saying stuff about secret bosses. This here is a secret boss. I wouldn't call it a secret, but this is a optional boss fight. You pinch a little bit of these ashes on the stone and ta-dow! Demon.
Very well.
Or Gazara.
Quarter shall be given.
You want to kind of position your rogues behind him, that way they get the criticals. Or even to the side of him, anywhere where they can get an advantage. And bam! Just like that. Gazaroth gives you early chainmail. That's about it. And the cool thing is if I'm correct... Yep. So you could get... Well, it's the same. But if you go warrior with your character, this is great early game armor for your rogue. I'm going to equip him with the scale armor now. That way he gets a little bit of a defense boost.
That was most painful. I will need bandages.
Oh, and you also get this, the Enchanter's Footing, which is only for a mage, but it gives you gives them 6 defense. So there's a lot of stuff here for whatever class you play. With the exception, I do believe, of rogues. I don't think, as far as I've played the game as many times as I have, I do not believe that there is a special item for rogues. Like, I don't think there's a unique rogue item. But again, I will say I'm not 100% an expert on this game. It is just one of those things that I have explored quite a bit of the game. This guy. Heal. Sweeping attack. Start attacking the alpha now. If you don't kill the alphas, they can become really dangerous, because you don't want to be fighting them alone. See, we do get an enchanted dagger, which we could, give our... but enchanted daggers aren't really a unique item. They're just magical.
Yes?
No, I don't want to talk to you.
Hey, I'm following you, aren't I?
And, so it's a good early item to give your rogue. But again, it's not a unique item. It's just a regular dagger. So... It's like the Warden's Longsword. While granted, it is technically a quote-unquote named item, it is not like the Chastened Flat Blade. It's not a unique item. But with that, we are coming to the end of the Kinkari Wilds. We're going to go ahead and grab this up, move this way. I always like to explore just a wee bit. I know you can't go... You can go past this. guess you can't on the Xbox 360. But again, I usually never explore. I never explore up here, but we are at the quote-unquote end of the Kinkari Wilds portion of the series, or this game.
What have we here?
One of the best characters
Are you a vulture, I
in
wonder?
this game. I love Morrigan.
A scavenger, poking amidst a corpse whose bones were long since cleaned? Or merely an intruder, come into these darkspawn-filled wilds of mine in search of easy prey? What say you, Scavenger or intruder? Tis a tower no longer. The wilds have obviously claimed this desiccated corpse. I have watched your progress for some time. Where do they go, I wondered? Why are they here? And now you disturb ashes none have touched for so long. Why is that?
Don't answer her. She looks chastened, and that means others may be nearby.
Oh, you fear barbarians will swoop down upon you.
Yes, swooping is bad.
She's a witch of the wild, she is. She'll turn us into toads.
Witch of the wilds. Such idle fancies, those legends. Have you no minds of your own? You there, handsome lad. Tell me your name and I shall tell you mine. Let us be civilized. Now that is a proper civil greeting, even here.
I always romance Morrigan,
You
because,
may call
again,
me Morrigan.
she's one of
Shall
my
I guess your
favorite characters.
purpose? You sought something in that chest? Something that is here no longer?
Here no longer. You stole them, didn't you? You're some kind of sneaky witch thief.
How very eloquent.
Alistair's lines are just so funny.
Dead men.
Quite easily, it seems. Those documents are Grey Warden property, and I suggest you return them.
I will not, for 'twas not I who removed them. Invoke a name that means nothing here any longer if you wish. I am not threatened. 'Twas my mother, in fact.
'Twas my mother.
There is a sensible request.
So, like I was saying, Morrigan is one of my favorite characters in gaming history. She is just enough sassy to be very funny, but not sassy enough to be annoying. A lot of people feel like Alistair was a little too much, but I feel like he brings life into the game where it could be a darker, just a darker tone, and it lightens it up just a bit. While granted, I do feel like sometimes it's a little too much, but only in certain parts of the interactions.
Much as I expected.
Are we supposed to believe you were expecting us?
You are required to do nothing, least of all believe. Shut one's eyes tight or open one's arms wide. Either way, one's a fool.
She's a witch, I tell you. We shouldn't be talking to her.
Quiet, Dareth. If she's really a witch, do you want to make her mad?
There is a smart lad. Sadly irrelevant to the larger scheme of things, but it is not I who decides. Believe what you will. And what of you? Do you possess a different viewpoint? Or do you believe as the others do? Oh, if you must protest so quickly, perhaps I need not ask. So much about you is uncertain, and yet I believe. Do I? Why, it seems I do.
So this is a dreaded witch of the wilds.
Witch of the Wilds, huh? Morrigan must have told you that. She fancies such tales, though she would never admit it. Oh, how she dances under the moon.
They did not come to listen to your wild tales, Mother.
True, they came for their treaties, yes? And before you begin barking, your precious seal wore off long ago. I have protected these.
You... Oh, you protected them?
And why not? Take them to your Grey Wardens and tell them this Blight's threat is greater than they realize. Such manners. Always in the last place you look. Like stockings. Oh, do not mind me. You have what you came for.
Time for you to go, then.
Do not be ridiculous, girl. These are your guests.
Oh, very well. I will show you out of the woods. Follow me.
Alrighty. We're going to go ahead and end the video there. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave that like button. And if you guys do feel so inclined, hit that subscribe button. If you guys are wanting to see anything in the series, go ahead and put it down in the comment section down below. I will try to get to as much as possible in the series, but I can't promise I'll get to everything. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to pip pip to doodly do, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later on, peace.